Their passion is palpable.
I love it here. I mean, who wouldn't? The view's amazing.
And their content will have you daydreaming.
Today we are in Paternoster, and behind me is a lighthouse. And in front of me is a beautiful Atlantic Ocean.
These creators are bringing Africa to you.
Social media has made it really easy for us to find the right people to have conversations with and to create relationships with.
But they'll also help get you to Africa.
I started hosting group trips because, like myself, there are many others that love to travel but just don't know how.
This is an exploration of African wanderlust.
What I'm mainly trying to achieve is to change the way we perceive and look at the travel landscape.
This is Inside Africa. It's not just about the destination. The journey is an important part of the travel experience. This is the philosophy of sisters Senzi and Toby Mtembu, content creators and co-owners of The Lived Experience Travel.
For me, my travels have really instilled like a confidence in myself and just enhanced my curiosity for the world.
I fall in love with myself more the more I travel. I get to know who I am a little bit more. Falling in love with nature again, and falling in love with, the universe in all its totality has been important for me.
Although the sisters keep separate Instagram accounts, they often travel together. And wherever they go, their phones are in hand to record the experience.
Oh, this place is gorgeous.
Stunning. Oh
Please can I have a photo?
Has like Greek vibes
It
in
does.
South Africa. Pose. Yeah, oh, that's nice.
Growing up in Johannesburg, Toby says they owe a great debt of gratitude to their parents for instilling a love for travel.
We started traveling with our family at a very young age. I can still remember the first trip I took even to Cape Town. It felt so cold. It felt as if I wasn't even in the country, and that's how amazing that experience was for me.
The sisters have visited many countries outside the continent, but their true passion is exploring Africa.
So it's super important for me to get Africans to travel within the African continent. Growing up, I never really saw someone representing myself or someone who was really pushing the narrative of the African continent and getting us to travel it.
I think the world paints Africa, with one brushstroke. And all we see really in media are safaris and animals and certain kinds of landscapes. But South Africa and the continent more broadly are just so diverse.
With more than 70,000 followers between Instagram and YouTube combined, Toby says she gave up a career in TV production to become a full-time content creator and influencer.
I share content that I feel people can relate to. Relatability is so important, especially on social media. I never want to, show something that I'm not. And so I think a lot of people follow me for that, feeling as if they can relate to me.
For now, Senzi works as a researcher, focusing on youth development. But with more than 16,000 followers on Instagram, she says she hopes to eventually follow in her older sister's footsteps.
So one of the things that my sister and I, Toby, really enjoy doing is exploring our city. And today she's on assignment. But I'm joined by my friend Duncan from Kenya and my friend Boniswa, who I met here at the Backpackers, and we're exploring Maboneng today, so come along with us.
Senzi believes the best way to get to know what makes the people of a country tick is to head for the inner city, take in the architecture and street art, and most important of all, talk to the people who live there.
Welcome to the vibrant neighborhood of Maboneng. And Maboneng is a Sotho word that means a place of lights. As you can see, it's very vibrant, a lot of arts. But if you really want to explore the city of Joburg, you have to meet the people.
Now we've just stopped at this beautiful display of artwork. How stunning is that?
It's quite stunning.
So gorgeous.
It's quite stunning.
So you can find this at Fox Street in Maboneng.
Senzi believes there's no better form of education than travel. Have an open mind, she says. Become a sponge for what you see and hear, and then share those experiences with as many people as possible.
Travel just makes me want to soak up all the experiences and just to learn more and continue immersing myself.
It's also other things, you know, re-falling in love with who I am, but also just taking note of the nature around us and really just feeling like you're coming back to home every time you leave.
Travel has taught me a lot about myself, you know, like my capabilities, but also my weaknesses, so that I know what to work on to continue to grow as a person.
For Dineo Zonke Maduna, the travel bug bit early in life. She says her parents had an insatiable urge to discover new places.
I'd say my love for travel first started when my parents and I went to Mauritius. I think I must have been about 7 years old or so. So yeah, I've always had the love for travel from a young age, and it's so perfect that now I'm able to live my dream.
4 years ago, Dineo quit her job as a quantity surveyor to pursue a lifelong dream of traveling to 30 countries before the age of 30. Something that she says she succeeded in doing during a 3-year trip to 5 continents. But when COVID hit, she was forced to return home.
The pandemic was honestly a blessing in disguise for me, because I was home in Mpumalanga and I had the urge to travel. I couldn't sit in one space, but I knew that we couldn't travel internationally or even locally at some point. So I rediscovered my home province and I found joy in it. This is the Blade River Canyon, Mpumalanga's most spectacular view, of course, in my opinion. I love it here. I mean, who wouldn't? The view's amazing. Having been to 30 countries before 30, I still feel like this is one of my favorite places in the whole world. Yeah, and it's crazy that it's only like 100 kilometers away from home. And yeah, right now I'm just enjoying rediscovering it with fresh eyes, and I'm absolutely loving it.
She started her Twitter and Instagram pages as a way of sharing her experiences with family and friends.
People would always ask, how do you do it? You know, they also want to do the same, and I inspire them. And I thought, let me just start sharing useful information so that when people read and take in what I share, they can actually not only get inspiration, but also get useful tips.
Her social media following has grown to more than 30,000 followers combined.
Since I started my Instagram and Twitter account, it's been crazy actually. I've received a lot of growth in terms of following, but also I've had opportunities to work with media outlets and also tourism boards, both locally and internationally.
Her content is a combination of selfies, vlogs, and drone shots, bolstered by carefully crafted articles.
So I'm at the 3 Rondavels. Can you see them? They're literally right up here. They're basically called the 3 Rondavels because of Chief Maripi. Apparently he had 3 troublesome wives. But they also kind of represent, or resemble rather, African homesteads. So if you look, you can see that they look like huts, you know? Yeah, so that's basically it. The view's amazing.
Dineo is adamant that travel does not have to cost an arm and a leg, and says you should start with places close to home.
What I love most about Mpumalanga is a small little town situated all over the province, specifically Pilgrim's Rest. This is a small town where one of the first gold rush happened. The buildings are also super cute, perfect for a photo opportunity. And there's a lot of artwork here, which is locally made.
As a solo traveler, she often posts valuable tips about traveling safely and on a budget.
Guys, so we're going to do the Kapsewip Escarpment Trail. It's basically 4 kilometers. Yeah, it's quite scenic. There's a viewpoint at the top. Please enjoy it. And yeah, let's go have fun.
Start.
Motivated by her extensive unaccompanied travels, Dineo has also launched a new business.
I started hosting group trips because, like myself, there are many others that love to travel but just don't know how. So I basically curate group trips, which allows solo travelers to join in. It's also cheaper to travel in a group than individually. One of my favorite activities on my group trips is hiking. And what's lovely about it is that people arrive as strangers and leave as friends.
And she has some vital words of wisdom for solo travelers.
Research the place before you go, and also maybe join local group tours because that helps, and always let your loved ones know where you are.
With the help of technology, access to the world is quite literally at our fingertips, providing an instantaneous escape for those seeking it, and one that many African-based content creators are taking advantage of.
We just wanted to create a page where we could show people all these hidden gems and unique places they could go to.
More than a collection of pretty pictures, these travel-focused social media accounts, like that of Tanya Kruger and Anna Christodoulou, often double as a travel guide.
The response that we got once we started Cabin Seekers was quite unexpected, and it's been amazing, and it's just been such a cool community.
The duo say that following the advice of someone you trust can save you from a bad experience and a lot of money.
Traveling for me is mostly about escaping and experiencing new things.
For me, it's more about gaining a perspective in life. It gives you more clarity on what you want as a person, your passions, what you want to do in life.
6 years ago, Anna and Tanya were flight attendants for different airlines. They followed each other on Instagram but had never met.
And it just so happened by chance that we were both in Brooklyn, New York at the exact same time and in the exact same place. And yeah, 6 years later,
Here we are.
here we are.
While their jobs enabled them to travel the world, Tanya says it did have its limitations.
I think you're used to traveling solo, kind of. On your layovers, you're doing everything by yourself. And I always wanted to just have someone to share that experience with. And now I get to do that. So all the places that I love, I can now go to with the person I love. So that's amazing.
Together, they set out to explore South Africa, searching for quiet getaways off the beaten track.
What's important when we're looking for a place to stay is, number one, design and aesthetic, and something that's unique. The second most important for us is privacy and isolation. So this space is a perfect example of why I'm so obsessed with modular. You've got a perfect size bathroom, shower, basin, toilet. You come into here, you've got a compact kitchen, everything that you need, coffee machine as well, microwave. You've got your workstation and a desk here, and a dining table as well. And then you've got a bed and an insane view. I mean, there's honestly not more that you need.
They began sharing their pictures, and pretty soon, friends and fellow Instagrammers were asking how they discovered the places they visited.
We decided, hey, why don't we just start a page where we put all the content of the places we've been to, and people can refer to it almost like a travel guide of sorts. And yeah, it just picked up and grew and grew and grew.
We never really intended to be content creators. I think we still don't see ourselves in that light.
With more than 35,000 followers and counting on Instagram, Cabin Seekers is a popular destination for like-minded travelers wanting to get away from it all.
It's been very rewarding. We've got to see some beautiful spaces, experience amazing places.
We're both so different, so we take turns in who takes the photos, who does the editing, so it doesn't conflict.
It's not always just fun and games. It can be quite challenging, but we wouldn't have it any other way anyway.
It's a lot of fun.
The pair have traveled the world, visiting more than 40 countries, but their home country holds a special place in their hearts.
Africa and South Africa is very rich in culture and has a really big cultural history. I think the food is like number one, and then amazing weather, the wildlife, the beaches, the scenic beauty. I think what is most important as well is the affordability that South Africa has and the value that the South African rand can offer in comparison to other countries.
Normally when we stay in a cabin, we always try to look for awesome activities to do in the area or the surroundings. My favorite thing is to go for a hike and find a perfect picnic spot, or we'll just explore the surrounding towns, museums, if we're feeling like it.
But today we're going mountain biking.
Our future plans for Cabin Seekers is to hopefully be able to do this full-time eventually and possibly take this internationally. That would be so amazing.
And our ultimate dream will be to build our own cabin one day, someday soon, but not just one, a couple of them.
In South Africa, there's a Zulu philosophy known as Ubuntu that states, "I am because we are," meaning, as humans, we are interconnected, and what each of us does affects the whole world.
What inspires me in the travel space is authentic people and authentic stories. That's why I enjoy going to small towns and just to be within authentic people and real people, because I believe in the cities we've lost the spirit of Ubuntu.
Tebogo Pinpin and his partner Justina embody that spirit. The travel bloggers and Instagrammers are passionate about getting more people to visit the quaint but often overlooked small towns of the Western Cape.
What I love about the Western Cape is the diversity of things that you can do and things that you can see around the province. I have traveled to 9 provinces and I've stayed in 6. And for me, I feel like Western Cape just combined everything into one.
He says Cape Townians are spoiled for choice. Just a short drive east or north, and it's as if you're stepping back in time.
So today we are at the Sun Heritage Center. This is Kwatu. And this place is so special to me because I fell in love with it the first time I came here. And just learning about the history of the first people, the people that actually settled here in the Western Cape.
The Sun are known to have lived in southern Africa for some 20,000 years and are among the last hunter-gatherers in the world.
The tour guides here are actually the same people, so they can teach you the language, they understand the culture.
Back on the road, Tebogo and Justina are heading for Paternoster, a small fishing village 2 hours drive north of the mother city.
What I love about Paternoster is, number one is the views, and then is the history, how this beautiful fishing village was formed. One of the exciting activities that we enjoy doing here in Paternoster is riding the electric bikes. And you can ride electric bikes with a guide through the streets, on the road. You can go onto and ride on the beach. I was surprised when Justina looked very scared of riding an electric bike, but I knew deep down she's got an adventurous spirit, and eventually when we got to the beach, she just rode and she was even racing, and I knew that, okay, this is something that she enjoyed.
Fun aside, Teboho is here to create a post for his travel blog, which he says is rapidly becoming a reference point for Cape Townians and international travelers wanting to get out of the city for a few days.
Hey guys, today we are in Paternoster, and behind me is a lighthouse. We are inside Columbine Nature Reserve, and in front of me is a beautiful Atlantic Ocean. So Paternoster means our father in Latin, and that was taken from a prayers of the Portuguese sailors that were stranded in the ocean because the boat was shipwrecked right in this area. I started my travel blog to show people that the Western Cape is more than just the Cape Town Central. So there's still more things that people can do and see outside Cape Town. And I wanted my blog to be a hub of information where people can just go with a simple click and then get information of the places that they can visit and what they can do when they get there for fun and where to eat and where to sleep.
Teboho has discovered that there's a surprising number of high-quality places to stay in the small town, most with spectacular sea views.
They offer unique and different things, and you can come to the same place 10 times and sleep in different places and still feel like you are sleeping in a completely different area.
And he's making a name for himself in social media circles. In 2021, Teboho won Travel Personality of the Year at the South African Social Media Awards, and he's written a book.
So it's called 60 Destination Gems you can visit around the Western Cape. I've been approached by different organizations and tourism offices asking me if they could buy my book and print it so that I can sell it to international market.
He says that while there's lots more to discover in the Western Cape, he's not stopping there.
My plan is to learn as much as I can from the Western Cape, and with the information that I have, then I can branch out to other provinces first so that I can go and research and learn more about other small, beautiful places around our country before branching out into Africa and eventually maybe Europe.
Whether via blog, vlog, or various social media platforms, these content creators all share a common belief that through travel and adventure comes wonder. Wonder that can open up minds and educate through the shared experience of meeting new people in new places, admiring the incredible beauty the world has to offer, telling your stories to others, and creating memories that will last a lifetime.